video, we're going to be talking about this latest episode of From and what I think is going to happen going forward with the Men in Yellow and Henry. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's great to be able to talk with you again. I haven't made a video like this in forever, and I haven't made a video about From in probably even longer. But I've really been enjoying this fourth season. I think this season's been scarier, maybe the scariest. Picking up right where maybe the last episode of season 3 and going into the season has definitely, the whole show has always been horror, and it's always been scary, but I think they really ramped it up with the killing of Jim, which I really had a hard time with that because Jim was one of, so my favorite characters are Kenny, Victor, and Jim, and then Boyd. And I really, being a dad, I really identified with Jim, but it was hard to see Jim go. But I do think they ramped up the horror going into this, in the season. And let's face it, this last episode was pretty intense. I thought we were going to lose Kenny, and like I said, Kenny's my favorite. He's been my favorite since the first episode. He's just. You just got Kenny, And when he was on top of the bus, we could see Colony House behind him. The way that was shot, just the lighting and everything was just so well done. It just seemed like one of those moments where, in a show or a movie, we reach this point where everything looks so incredible, and that something big's getting ready to happen. And I thought we were losing Kenny. This late in the show, we only have one more season left. Really, anybody can go now. So that's what I was kind of thinking was going to happen. I thought we were going to lose Kenny. I was kind of screaming at the screen, please no, Kenny go, yelling for Fatima to help him, and she did. Fatima learned that she had this new ability, and will it help the rest of the season or the rest of the series? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. What I wanted to talk about in this video was Sophia and Henry, and what I think is going to happen, because since Henry, Henry's been having a hard time finding out that the Men in Yellow not only killed and ate his wife, but Victor had to see it. That has to be really hard, because Henry is a protector, and he's really suffered. They've all suffered loss, but Henry went like 40 years with not even knowing what happened to his family, and he didn't know until he and Tabitha came across each other, and he ended up coming back to Fromville with Tabitha. He's been a lovable character, and I think he kind of still is, but I think what we're going to see is really setting up for probably the last few episodes of this season. And I think that what we've seen with Sophia and putting the blood in his drink, what I think we've seen since that happened is a level of aggression ramped up with Henry. I think that the confusion, it was already there, and the frustration was there. The drinking's not helping, but whatever Sophia's blood did to him is ramping up this aggression, and I see it going one way. And we know that Jade always dies. He's murdered. We learned that a few episodes back. With this, what happened at the end of the last episode, with Roger coming in as the fledgling doll and Elgin killing him, I think that's going to start turning the townspeople against Jade. And I think that probably that with the addition of Sophia's blood into Henry's system, Henry may be the one who kills Jade. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Jade to die, but I feel like he probably could. If I was going to say, I don't know, I'm about 60% sure that's going to happen. Let me tell you why I think it may not and what it means if it doesn't. So I think that Henry will try to kill Jade, but I think they're going to break the cycle this time, meaning that Jade won't die. And that's going to lead into the fifth season with our people. Maybe it's not everyone. Everyone's not going to get out of this, but going to the fifth season with there being some kind of escape for some of our people in Fromville. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And I think that pretty soon, probably, because let's see, we're on episode 7, so we only have 3 left. I think that probably what's going to happen with the Men in Yellow is he's going to continue to push his agenda, manipulate Henry further, push the people in the town, cause some disbelief and some animosity toward Jade with what happened with Roger, because Boyd didn't tell them about what happened to Roger, at least not that we know of. So I think that's going to cause some hurt feelings and some negative feelings toward just kind of like in the group. And so that's going to further lead to the attempt on Jade's life. I don't, like I said, I'm kind of torn. I think it could happen, but I don't think it will, at least not right now. But what I think is probably going to happen is we're going to see a major death in the next 3 episodes. We're going to see in the final 3 episodes of the season, because I think there's only 10. I'd have to look and make sure about that, but I'm pretty sure there's only 10 episodes. We're going to see this kind of continue to build these feelings toward Jade, and now these feelings toward Boyd, and we're going to see a major death coming in the final episodes. I don't want to say who just yet, because I may make another video about that. I don't know. We're going to see how this video does. If you like the video, if you watch the video, you enjoy it, make sure you leave comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that I'm way out there, that Henry's not going to be the tool that the Man in Yellow uses to try or successfully kill Jade? Because I think the cycle will break. And we saw with what Victor said, even Victor realizes and that the cycle is happening again, because he told Tabitha and Ethan, that the last time that she came to the town, she came with a boy and a girl, and everyone died, and the boy had to, he had to be prepared, which really kind of makes me scared for Victor, because whatever, I think they all play roles, and I think Victor's use may be coming to an end because of Ethan being there. We'll have to see. We're running into the last 3 episodes. I think it's going to be a brutal 3 episodes. I've read the synopsis of the final episode, but I may make a video about that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think? Do you think that the Man in Yellow, Sophia, will use Henry as a tool to maybe kill Jade, or at least try to kill Jade, or push the town to kill Jade? I think he's actually going to be the one to try to do it. I don't think he'll succeed, but what does that mean for Henry? Yeah, it's just, I really like that character. I think we're in for a wild ride these final 3 episodes of this season, and then we have to, we'll have to wait a while, probably a year to get the next season. It's been amazing so far. Like I said, it's been a really good season. Oh, one more thing, Acosta. I do think that in the next few episodes, I do think that Acosta will find that picture that we saw in the trailer of Sophia, and they will realize that Sophia is the Man in Yellow. Will it come too late? Will they find that out too late? Will they find it out before the Man in Yellow, pushes Henry to do what I think Henry's going to do? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me.